This is again the Boiler Room Sessions number 9 this week already. It's June 10, 2020. And this is your weekly appointment for experimental live stream performances. And we are very happy about tonight's lineup. We're every week very happy, but every week I'm always so excited. So, welcome. Take your time to come in and make sure you have good sound. So have your headphones, have a good spot for your Wi-Fi for experimental live stream performance and come in. So,
hello, good evening.
Thank you. This is my co-host.
Yes, my name is Laisvie. I guess if you are here for your 5th time or maybe for your 10th time, because no, today is session number 9. Sorry,
yes.
Yeah. So welcome back. These are live stream performances with artists from all over the world, and we are very happy to start this platform because we had that urge, right? It was like something we really needed to do.
Yes, absolutely. Well, the whole world is, of course, confined due to the pandemic. I don't say the pandemic.
Pandemic.
Thank you. Sorry about that. And I really felt the urge to share a moment in time with a community through a live performance. Which for me is very different than if I would be able to see a work in my own time, because there are also many recordings, which is all great. But that moment of live was for me also a moment to know I know I don't see you, but I know you're there, and I can see that this moment I feel everybody is there. We watch the same event, and I think that is personally something that I really, really missed during these times. And now we are 9 weeks after, and here where we are broadcasting in the Netherlands, the measurements are already changing a bit, which is very different in other parts of the world. Nevertheless, I still feel that this platform has also potential for experimental art. So the Boiler Room Sessions is a platform for experimental art in dance, music, and performance art, and transdisciplinary, many disciplines. There's an opportunity to use this medium of Zoom that we use to stream on YouTube. And we like to curate performers that are young until professional, established professionals. So also tonight we have an amazing lineup. So tonight we have Margarita Roa and Mario Escobar and Santiago Roa from Colombia. And then we have Sumalgy Nuro. He calls himself Suma I think he's from Mozambique, but currently in Cape Town. And we will finish the evening with Julyen Hamilton. He is in Greece.
Yes, so that's a very special lineup. Hola, ¿cómo están? A nuestra audiencia en Colombia. Sé que hay amigos, amigas de Margarita, así que quería darles este saludito en español. Los Boiler Room Sessions es una plataforma, un teatro virtual en donde estamos invitando artistas experimentales, danza, música, performance, multidisciplinar, que están haciendo sus obras para este medio que tenemos, que es Zoom, una llamada de Zoom que transmitimos en nuestro canal de YouTube, este canal en el que estás ahora, así que suscríbete. Esto lo estamos haciendo porque somos artistas y es lo que hacemos, pero nos gustaría que empezáramos a tener un poco más de apoyo, así que con tu suscripción nos vas a ayudar muchísimo. Suscríbete al canal. Todos los miércoles, 1 p.m. Colombia, estamos haciendo estas transmisiones en vivo porque con Iris estamos en Holanda, en Países Bajos. Y desde aquí estamos haciendo estas transmisiones y estamos conectando gente de muchos países. Así que también si quieres presentarte, contáctame, buscamos la manera de incluirte en nuestra programación. Así que bienvenidos, bienvenidas, disfruten mucho porque hoy es muy linda la noche.
So we have a big audience in Latin America, so we try to do these sessions also in Spanish and English for our viewers. And we have a chat on our right, and we would love you to use the chat so we know that you're there. So please come in with your hellos, questions, comments, anything. We like to include them and bring them into our conversations. In the last performance after Julyen Hamilton, we will all artists come together and we have an after talk, and we like to include your questions and comments about the work. So, Laisvie, do we already have audience chats?
Yeah, we have now 53 people watching with us now. So we are in this virtual theater all together with these 53 people, and they are from all over the place. We have La Resistencia presente. We have Olivia Chiconella, hello. Thanks for saying hi in Spanish. People like that a lot. Hello, Laisvie. Hello, Iris, and all the artists presenting tonight. We look forward to today's presentation. So there is a lot of excitement. And yeah, people from South Africa also saying hi. So we have
Wonderful.
all the continents, like from 3 continents at least.
All right. So I think we can start with our first performance. Am I right? Wonderful. So we're going to start, people. So we start in Colombia, and it's Margarita Roa and her husband Mario Escobar and her brother Santiago Roa, which is very special. It's a whole family. So we have Margarita Roa Vargas is a Colombian choreographer, performer, and contemporary dance teacher. And for the last 20 years, she has been directing and choreographing dance shows as an independent artist. And she teaches at the Universidad Distrital Dance Program in Bogota. And Santiago Roa Vargas is a bass player and a musical producer. He had played the bass for different bands, including several genres like rock, pop, reggae, and Colombian fusion music bands and pop artists. He also has been working as a composer and sound designer in several contemporary dance pieces. And her husband, Mario, he is a director, but tonight he's the cameraman. And they will present a piece that is approximately 20 minutes. And we wait for them to be ready, and then we can enjoy their performance. We have some time. And let me see. Are they on their way? Yeah, almost.
Yes, I just wanted to say that I'm very happy to have Margarita. I danced for her in her company many, many years. And it was, yes, and I learned so much from her. So all my best luck to Margarita.
Wonderful. Enjoy the performance.
De Chiquinquirá yo vengo.
Hey, bravo, Margarita.
Thank you, Margarita. I was smiling so much when she was looking into the camera and she did this and she was on the floor that I forgot that it was the end. So I forgot to put on my camera. I was very much in her rain dance.
Yeah, I see here on the chat that people are saying that it was a long time since it rained like that in Bogota. So this was like a rain dance she did.
Yeah. Yes. Wow. Yeah. It has been very dry also, well, globally, but then to have this rain now, it's very welcome.
Yeah, super, super nice. We have a lot of people very happy, also cheering for Suma already. Friends from
Will be
Africa.
next for the people that are tuning
Yes.
in now.
Yes, and we have also a lot of congratulations and love for Margarita. Also, clouds with rain and purple hearts, like Soitza is sending. And also, like, yeah, people happy and just commenting how nice it is to dance in the rain.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it that she was taking so much time to go on the floor. When she was on the floor in the rain when she did the dance with the tree at the tree side. And yeah, I also wanted to roll on concrete. So beautiful. What a start of the evening. Boiler Room session number 9. This was our first performance, and we're going slowly to our next performance. And for the people that are tuning in now, welcome. And we will finish the evening with a short after talk with all the artists. It would be nice if you can stay and come in with your questions and remarks. So we're going to prepare for our next performance, which is by Suma, Sumalgy Nuro. He's from Mozambique, and I think he currently is in Cape Town. And Suma was started dancing and acting in 2005 in a small community organization in the most dangerous townships at the time in the capital of Mozambique. And it was a community space that created a safe space for orphans and vulnerable kids and youth young kids. And from there, he joined a professional dance company. And he joined through the dance company, the Matola Music and Dance Company, a 2 years dance course at the Pedagogical University in the capital of Mozambique, Maputo. And he finished university in Fredrikstad. I think he's warming up. Many years of experiencing in performing, teaching, and choreographing, and joining in Music and Dance 021, Dance for All, and Kafka Community Organization in Cape Town. And he's doing a postgraduate program in African music instruments in performance at the University of Cape. So for this work, he's doing a solo where he's working with indigenous instruments and a loop pedal and movement, and it will last approximately 15 minutes. So enjoy the performance of Suma. Thank you, Suma. On behalf of all of us, thank you for this beautiful performance. So wonderful to see this work. I'm curious about your experience watching this. I really felt this ritual, this loop, this ritual, this trance. I was so sucked in his world. It took me to many places in my imagination. Also very curious what it did to you. So please let us know. We would love to share that with Suma later on in our conversation or now. Yeah, beautiful.
Yes, so
Laisvie.
nice. Yeah. I'm very active. I needed to see someone moving so much, and I was impressed with all his versatility, changing instruments, doing this instant composition, both with sound and movement. And so easily, right? Like, so everything so organic coming together. Well, the audience loved it. uh, there are lots of claps and people saying that this was amazing, and not only his fans, because he has a lot of fans on the chat, but also the other people, because I see a lot of comments also in Spanish,
Oh,
like,
wow.
wow,
Yeah.
bomba, like such a bump. And saying, is this live for real? Is this happening now? So yes, this is happening now. Suma was in Cape Town, Margarita
Yes.
was in Bogota, and our next performer is in Greece. Do you know in which city it is?
I think it's in Athens,
Hmm.
but I'm not totally sure. But it's on a rooftop. That's what I know. So,
Yes.
are we ready, Leslie, to go to our last performance?
Yes, I think you can start introducing, and little by little, Julyen will start to come. Yes.
Beautiful. So, we're going already to our last performance of tonight, which is Julyen Hamilton. And maybe many of you have heard of Julyen because you're familiar with this work, but I'd like to give him an introduction. And also in the chat on your right, Laisvie will during this evening will put in links from our artists if they have any links, so you can follow their work. Julyen Hamilton has been making dances for over 4 decades, and he has made numerous solos and worked with many musicians of note and has directed his company since 1995. His latest company, called Alan's Line, has just celebrated its 10th anniversary and will be performing in France this autumn in the festival Ici, Dance, and in Paris in November. Julyen is interested in the action of making. The moment form arranges itself through the forces inside us or around us. And let me see. And tonight he wishes to dedicate his work to a friend, Nancy. And we will have a moment while he is proper ready, so we can start when everybody is ready, and we take our time. And so tonight is a solo and will approximately last around 20 minutes. Enjoy.
Point to me when I should go. It's a rainy night. It's a rainy night and it's very far away. And it's a rainy night and it's very far away. And it's a long time ago. And it's a rainy night. And we stay up all night to find who in the world you might have been. But the rainy night a long while ago is possible to be smelt here and now. It is the water with the green and the green with the water and the water with the green. And everything which is seen is exactly what's seen. And everything which is remembered is exactly what's remembered. It is a rainy night, as dry as a bone, but as wet as a squirrel. It is a rainy night. It is a rainy night, and all things that are far away come close, and all things that are close keep close. And all things that have been forgotten are remembered, and all things that are remembered are also remembered. And here is the welcoming table. I put my gloves and my head and my heart on the table. 1, 2, 3. I remember, and I remember. And sometimes when remembering is the only thing to do, I practice forgetting. Here, as out of all unusual and unknowable circumstances, quietness is born. I again down to revealing and repealing and kneeling resort. I could stay here for years. And I suppose in a way I do and I am, and she has always been here. Here is the unsought, here is the given, here is the chamber of open and receiving goodness. How back forwards, how can the machine work now that the other machines seem to be working less well? How, and if even how, why? And if even how and why, when? Where? No, where is already solved. It's everywhere. It's one where, not nowhere, but one where. Anywhere? No, anywhere is forgotten. Nowhere does not exist anymore. It's one where here, where we are being. Oh, sweet, if I had your humor on the outside, I would smile like geography. But I was born too serious, and it's only through the cracks in this serious endeavor that your smiling and erudite playfulness shines through. I and here again, you and again no more, again no more, except only in the realm of always, always in the here now, in the here now, carried like a keepsake, like a lodestone in the pocket, a pocket in the belly, a belly in the pocket of memory becoming. No pause, just clarity. No concerns, just observation. No wondering, no time at all. No time at all in the one where, no time at all in the one where. Here we are in the one where, no time at all. Lots of time before, and who knows about after, but only no time in the now, in the one where. Can I dial you in? Can I pull you through the thick carpet of memory into the evaporating, hand-shaking benevolence of humanity? Just a small humanity, just a small, not a huge, big, wild one. Not a way, way, way over there humanity. Not a could be, should be, maybe. But just, let's sit down. We sit. I sit. I say, night. I feel you tonight sweetly. Sometimes not, but tonight sweetly. You look tired. Why don't you lie down? I'll look after things. I'll do what I couldn't do when you were. I'll stumble upon. I shall see, and I shall take, and I shall send you word from some sweet absurdity called experience. A dot, another dot, another dot, 3 dots. 3 dots making a line making some kind of intention, going backwards, disappearing. Reappearing. Disappearing. The coach, the horses, your father's car, your sister lost, your mother's intelligence streaming through you like forever, curious as to how any of this could ever be put down in a line and make some kind of sense which doesn't need to be called sense. The gloves, where are the gloves? Here are the gloves, there are the gloves. I've lost the gloves, I got the gloves. Here are the gloves. I say gloves. I will be naked. The moon always this ripe white peach of a moon, always deliberately pressing and pulling and pulling and pressing over and over again, disappeared. The brevity of disappearance is the sweet joke of reincarnation. I got to get ready. Here you are again. I got to get ready. I got to put my best suit on. Got to shine my shoes and fold my second handkerchief and place it across my heart and say, conversation 2. You tell me. You tell me. You sing to me. I see. I pull you down a star on electricity. I let it go. It is elastic. It flies back into the ether, and I say, you say, tell me. And I say, tell me. And I lean back and fall and roll many deep, dark, blue, beautiful pearl years and find eventually my meager meaning. Oh, weeping soldier who fought for us all, who had no idea except to have no idea and keep going. Oh, smiling backwards sailor who, boatless, drew us in and pulled us forwards in the wiry smile of unknowing. Hear the lecture, hear the words, hear the believable, let go of. Hear the choice between the believable and the observable, the sensible, that able to be sensed. No need for belief on a flight like this. No need for the bird to fold its wings and say, I'm flying. Cut, said the tailor, cut. Cut and change something here. A brittle inconsistency, a breaking of the mold, a rift in the chapter, an inch and a crack, like a crack between, leaving X and Y so far apart, distance is the only song. Wake up, sit up, come on, why not? We got a good view here. I lost a lot of weight recently, but you put on weight and majesty like a gold price. Up, sit up straight. Yes, I'll take you now. I'll take you wherever you want to go. You want to go that way? You want to go that way? I'll take you wherever you want to know, quicker than even you can tell me where you want to go. I don't know either, but you just go, huh, and I go, yeah. Huh, and I go, still yeah, and you go, no, huh, yeah. Once again. But it is so short-lived. And then the further question remains, the question of all questions. Who now, and where now, and what of, and could I, And what must I? I shall lay you down. I shall lift you up. I shall turn you round. I shall throw you in the air. I shall place you somewhere. Yeah, let's travel, buddy, let's travel. I'm going to give you the keys. You're going to give me the accelerator pedal, and you're going to look out, and I'm going to just steer. You're going to say left, I go left, you say right, I say right, and I'm going to rev that thing until we drop the whole thing way, way, way out west. Coming up to mountains, boulder. Coming up to mountains, bigger, bigger, boulder. Coming over the mountains, going down way, 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 way out west. Further out west than we've ever imagined. Senseless occupation, the mantra of the unpossessing. Senseless occupation, the mantra, helping nothing except old-fashioned time. One time, one where. Now that the cold is warm and the warm is warmer, and the very warm is dry and sudden, and then the heat is beyond all we could have imagined, except we did imagine, but we were too frightened to say, what? I take a train out of here. I take a small morning tear and build a lake inside your disappearance. As you sit behind the screen and say, don't waste your time, sunshine. Sunshine's shine. See you later.
Wow.
On behalf of our audience, woohoo!
Yes.
We
Ooh,
want more.
yeah, the audience is on fire. This chat is very, very, very active because people were very happy and amazed to see this performance. We have many comments, especially wow. That's the most comment. The
Okay.
most common comment. And also, what a scene, Julyen. What a beautiful dancer. Oh, see you again once again is so beautiful, and beautiful staging. So it was very, very, many people very, very happy with what they saw.
Wow, wonderful. Yeah, it was I was very touched, to be honest. Yeah. So I need a bit yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit speechless also. Yeah, very touched in my heart actually. Yeah. And very impressed also with all the musical lines and the theatrical lines, how he interweaves them, it's and cuts them. Wow, me too. I say wow. So I'm also saying wow, wow, wow for you. And I cannot believe this is already the end of our evening. So this is our moment where we will gather all the artists back and we will have a little after talk. And we have improvisers tonight in our lineup. So we're going to talk a bit about improvisation and the relevance of this in this current time. But before we do that, I wish to already name a lineup for our next week for the people that are planning to leave, so you hear them. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel to get notified when we go live, and to like do the thumbs up on this video. So please subscribe, like, thumbs up. So next week we have again a really beautiful lineup, and we're going to have Gemma Lusbos, musician, and we have Help Me to Crash, which is a collective by Maria Mafridu, Malgorzata Haruch, Arvind Ganga, and Roman Zotter, which is music and dance. And we have Ralph Olinger and Maya Lina from Austria, which is dance and circus. So we have a great lineup for next week. And here are our artists. Hello, welcome back. And we are waiting for Julyen. He will be back soon, I'm sure. Maybe we have some questions in the chat that we can already put in our conversation. And then meanwhile, Julyen has the time to come in. Yeah. Nice evening, people.
Yeah, really nice. I'm very, very happy with what happened today. I just wanted to say that this was in the name of Nancy, and everything he was saying and doing with all the objects, I was really thinking of her all the time. So it has a deep meaning, all these actions. I just wanted to share that before we open the discussion to everyone. And yeah, he needs to come back with a new device, so we can give him some time. I can share with you, Margarita, and with Suma, some of the comments that the people were giving to you. So great, Margarita, you made rain in Bogota. It was dry for so long and you made it rain. So people are very impressed by that. Suma, you have many fans from all over the place, and they are saying that it's very amazing that you were doing all of this with instruments and dance alike. Very, very many people, many friends saying hi to you. You have a lot of fans here. And yeah, for Julyen, the main comment was wow, like I said. Like everyone was very impressed and touched and saying that it was a very beautiful poem. So, for example, we have people thinking that this is a poem. So maybe that's also a question, if this was a poem or not. And we even have the son of Margarita, Jerónimo, in the chat. So he's watching from his living in his bedroom, I guess, and you are in the in the living room, right, Margarita? Do you hear me?
Hi, Andrea. I couldn't hear the last question, please.
No, I'm just saying that Jerónimo is he's also participating in the chat. So he's watching you.
Okay.
From your house, right?
Yes, he cannot help. Yes, exactly. He cannot watch anything if he cannot participate now in the internet and the cameras, and so we said no, you cannot do it, and he was angry, so he started to do it. Yes. Buenas tardes para todos aquí en Colombia.
Nice. Yeah, so we can start our chat with Suma and Margarita, and Julyen is trying to come back.
Yeah. Were there specific questions from our audience? I'm also curious, or only comments? Because maybe if you have a specific question, then we can, no, not yet. So we start. Well, we had a little talk before we started this evening, and we have a lineup of only improvisers tonight, and we would like to share a little bit of experience. There we have Julyen. He's slowly coming in. We would like to point our direction of our talk about improvisation and the relevance of improvisation or instantly composing or real-time composing, whatever names are given nowadays, for today. And tonight we have many generations. Of course, Julyen has been busy for many, many decades, and well, I consider Suma the younger generation. I'm not sure if that's true, but and so maybe we can start with that. Suma, would you like to start?
Yes. So, talking about real-time composition, it's something kind of new for me. I come more from a traditional dance background, but now I coming across with music and the contemporary aspect about it. I find it very interesting and very easy to explore, and it's easy to embody because I can create my own music and I can create my own movements. So there is also a sense of feeling and a giving, like, because as a dancer you have to feel the music, and as a musician you have to feel the dance or the movement or the dynamics. Or so for me to get this opportunity to be able to do both, it's quite interesting, and I find it very interesting, especially now in those challenging times. I can't go out, so I can't meet people to practice with. I can't dance. I can't play with people. So this new style also came out by consequence of what's happening now. So yeah, it's quite challenging, but also it's a way of working, so it's quite encouraging as well. Yeah.
And I heard that you have weekly performances every Thursday on Zoom.
Yeah.
So can you say something about that? I mean, how?
So for the Thursday, we do every Thursday evening. So it's a group of musicians and dancers, and we do small collaborations between musicians and dancers, sometimes duos, sometimes trios or quartet. And it's also an opportunity for us to be able to still dance with our friends that we can't meet because the studios here in South Africa are closed. We can't be in the studio, and we have friends overseas. So it's also new window for new collaborations, because through this, for example, this platform, I've met and I've got the opportunity to collaborate with so many people abroad, and people I never met before. So we also have this, and it's also about getting new textures, getting new material. So for tonight, for example, the 3 performances we had, they were such a diverse, and they were like something in common at the same time, but it was like super. So different perspectives of this improvisation, this real-time composition, that I think it's just for the benefit of all of us.
And is the weekly Thursday Zoom performances, is that like a practice with the artist, or is it also open for an audience? I mean, can we watch?
So for now, it's only for the participants. So we don't have it live. It's
Yeah.
just for the participants. But we encourage musicians as well as dancers and people that do other forms of art, if they would like to join the group. We're open for collaborations. I'm open as a musician as well as dancer. I would like to collaborate with different people. So yeah, the platform is open.
Beautiful. Very interesting. Yeah. So I think now Julyen is in it, in sound and in with the camera. Correct.
Yes.
Yes, there he is. So we started our conversation, Julyen, about the relevance of improvisation in this time. So then you know, and your microphone is now off. So let's go to, shall we continue, Margarita? And there is Mario, her husband, who was doing the camera. And there
Hi.
is her brother.
Hola.
Hola.
Hi, and also, yeah, now we have also Santiago, who was the composer and the musician, and he's joining. Yes.
Hola.
Hello, how are you?
Because Margarita, you also had a comment about this time and that it influences your work, and now especially with the work relation with your brother. Can you say something about that?
Yes, like when the coronavirus started, so I thought, well, I'm gonna keep dancing here at home. So, and also I guess there was something that was coming from before, that realizing that I can improvise and that maybe I can be good at that, not just directing or choreographing. Because of the way I dance, sometimes like, yes, I do pieces and I like to choreograph, but I also love to dance. But it's not easy for me to remember steps. So I was like, okay, I will improvise in this coronavirus time. And then I called Santiago and I said, let's do a project together. And we are doing it. And it's something that we are recording and we will put on YouTube, but it's recorded, it's not live. And it's like a kind of a letter for friends, kind of what Julyen did today, but like recorded, and family, like each performance or each improvisation is dedicated to somebody. And then he was working on the music. We were not like rehearsing together, but everyone was doing his thing by his own, and then we were trying to putting it together. And then when you invited us, we we got with this new concept for today. But yes, we like the
Oh,
Oh,
and
you're
there she
gone.
disappeared. That was
Yeah.
interesting because she mentioned that she started improvising during this time because of the closing of all the studios, and so the need to changed. I was more curious to hear more about that, how this situation, um, almost made a necessity out of. Ah, there she is again. Yeah, Margarita's back. Great. No, I was just repeating what you were saying, Margarita, that I find interesting that you said, well, I choreograph, but within this time, I actually, out of a necessity, started to improvise. Also because the studios are closed. The work, the way of working has shifted. Is that correct?
exactly, yes, and it has been very good to like to have a schedule to work by myself too in this type of new I don't know, um, eh, like this is new for me, like to say, okay, I'm not just gonna do a little bit of improvisation in a performance, or I have take so many classes of improvisation and I love to do it, but never as a performance. And I think maybe this is gonna be a new direction for me. And I'm so inspired today by Suma and by Julyen too. I don't know if Andrea can translate a little bit, please.
Sí, claro. Yes, of course. If you want to speak in Spanish, you mean?
Lo digo, ok, sí, entonces, bueno, estaba contando que en estos tiempos del coronavirus comencé a improvisar en la casa y a tener un horario improvisando, y es algo nuevo para mí porque siempre en mis obras hay un poquito de improvisación, pero en realidad en general son obras que están coreografiadas. Pero a mí me encanta bailar, no solamente dirigir, y entonces con pues como tal vez ya venían cosas pasando desde antes, pero con el coronavirus comencé a tener como más tiempo para poder improvisar en la casa, y, y bueno, eso es lo que estaba haciendo, y estoy muy, muy inspirada por el trabajo de Suma y de Julyen hoy.
All right. So, Julyen, I think you missed the beginning of our talk. So I wanted to share with you that many audience we had tonight, and we're very impressed by the lineup of tonight. And many wows came up in the air. But maybe, Laisvie, do we have audience members that would like to bring in a question? and then I'm going to, no, not yet. So we're going to bring in Julyen. Julyen, would you like?
Yes.
Oh, wait, I think Laisvie wants to say something. Is that correct, Laisvie?
Yeah, we do have one question that we can share, and is how is it to improvise live for camera, having the audience remotely present?
So
At first, I think the thought of it, it's a little bit like driving on the other side of the road. When you think about it, you panic, but when you actually get in and start it, it doesn't become a problem at all. Because in actual fact, while in one level, you're not communicating with the audience in live performance directly. You're making material, and material is communicating to the audience. So when we say we're listening to the audience, my feeling is that we're actually listening. If we are listening to the audience, we're doing that via the material. And therefore, when you get to perform and the audience is, in this instance, or like in the radio, a long way away or at a distance removed, it forces you to actually have relationship to the material even stronger, because that's your the link outside of you. That's your bridge between you and the audience, whether the audience is just in the room a few meters away or whether they're the other side of the world. So I found myself, once I get going, I just have to keep in very intimate relationship with the material that's being made. And I'm sure if I do this from my side to the material, then I know that from the other side, the audience will come the other halfway up the bridge and we'll meet. That was my sensation anyway.
well, that is so well articulated, Julyen. Thank you so much for expressing in that way.
You're very welcome. It's a very sweet question, because it's a point where we can often panic, and then certain evident abilities that we all have can get confused at that point. But we have these abilities, but my experience is one gets confused at the wrong moment and loses handle on those abilities we have.
And Julyen, could you, because you have so much experience over the past decades, and we have been sharing improvised performances tonight, how do you see the relation or the relevance of improvisation or real-time composition in this current day?
Well, I feel I've been preparing for this for decades. The improvised mind is a very ancient mind. It's a deeply ancient mind, and it sometimes is forgotten that it has roots back in all our cultures, not for hundreds of years, but for thousands of years. And it's only recently that we've had a mentality of fixing and setting certain things, like stories, like notes in music, like the different things. So I think there's two reasons why the act of improvising is very relevant today. One is just plain economic and situational. In other words, you can't wait for next year's subsidy, for next year's theatre, for next year's publicity, because you've got things, and this is the other half of it, you've got things that need to be said today, because in 6 months' time, the world literally has changed. So there's an urgency in any artist, and who wants to shout taxi 2 hours after the taxi is passed? There's an urgency in all of us, and I saw it in the bits I could see of the other two performances tonight. You want to say that now, and the tactic nearly of improvising is not to come up with something special or different or even experimental. It's an urgency, and I feel that that people are ready. We are ready to say something, and we need to use the improvising mind to be able to articulate that.
I see Suma is very much into it. So maybe Suma, do you like to give you want to give a response, or you want to continue this conversation?
I really appreciate how Julyen articulate with his words, because that's more the freedom that improvisation give us. And in this moment, it's about do it. It's about do it. Or you do or you die. And I just ended buying a loop machine, and I was like, no, now I'm going to start being a one-man performance, because I can't just wait for the day that this virus will be okay and I can go out and I can meet people. Things need to happen. It's urgent. We need things going. So the improv aspect, and when you see in the space, if you connect improv dancers, you can easily get something beautiful. You can easily get a really great composition going, because also people with open minds. It's not about what I have or what I have seen, but it's about the moment, what's there, and how can I also influence in this moment? How can I just be? Yeah.
Beautiful, Suma.
I also, what made me think, and you put it right to the nail, because we have been hosting these boiler room sessions where we also talk about what do we wish to curate. And we said we wish to curate experimental artists, because we want to see work that we don't see much in the mainstream theater. But actually what it comes down to, hearing also Julie articulating in this way, that it has to do with the urgency, the true call. So I think what we are, the platform that we are bringing in now is this necessity of the making, and that can be in any form. So thank you for making that so clear to me, Julian. It took me a while, but here we go. Yeah. So, is there an audience, Laisvie, that is wants to join in our conversation? I just bring my point or my eye a little bit to you, see if.
Yes, we have people saying that improvisation and creation is to recreate with urgency. And definitely these platforms are bringing different worlds together. And also I remember, I think it was last session, and Anne-Gaëlle said, you have to start before you're ready. And we did that, I think, with these boiler room sessions, because we learned how to stream in 1 week, and I have been becoming an expert in Zoom in 3 weeks, and all the artists are joining, just really doing it like, oh, okay, I have to plug in another device to here, like we had to do with Julyen today, and oh, do I need to put a lamp here because you don't see me, and okay, and we just do it, right? We are not experts, but we are doing it and we're making it. And I also value these spaces, these virtual spaces, that are, I think some people are afraid that we are going to keep doing this and not come back to the theater. But I think that's not the case. I think it's just an alternative that comes out of urgency and from improvisational people that are always finding solutions, right, with what's around. And I also would like to hear a little bit from Santiago, who is here, and he was trying to be live, but it was difficult for him because the technology was not working. But I just want to know your thoughts, and if you would like to join this conversation.
Thank you for having me. First of all, I'm very grateful that you let me be a part of this spectacular session. I think all the performers were great, but I have to say that I was very, very amazed by all the Julyen performance. It was very beautiful. I was very moved by all the text and the movement. Also, all the energy that Suma put together in his performance was very inspiring, and I have to thank you and my sister for making me this, make this. Yes, it was difficult because I have not a very good internet connection at the moment. I'm not in the city, and I have not all my musical equipment here, but my sister told me that we were doing this, so I jumped in there, and happy to have done it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Santiago. Great you were with us tonight.
Thank you.
We have one question for Julyen from the audience in the chat, and they are asking, how is your practice material changing during this time?
I don't do anything. I don't have any practice. This is the first time I've even moved my body since I left Argentina on March the 21st. I slept for a week, and then I got up and went to the kitchen and came back again. I haven't done anything artistic. I've just been doing woodwork, actually. I have a the first time when I was writing poetry, it was working a lot. And then suddenly it went after 2 years, and I got completely panicked. It left me for a long time. And then it came back, and then it left me again. So in terms of my practice, I tend to be very disciplined in the sense of doing just what I really want to do. And that's not easy, because sometimes I feel I should be doing things. I feel every day last week I should be getting practice so I can move again for this performance. But it's either a case of spontaneity or laziness. I'm not quite sure which. But I think if there is a practice, it's a deep inner projection that you know on Wednesday night you're going to do a performance, and there's something subconscious that you've posted deep inside yourself, and you carry on doing. I spent most of today making lemon marmalade. You carry on doing the things that you're doing that have to be done, but inside you're constantly turning out, like gestating somehow. It's gestating. So I don't feel actually the coronavirus is any different, other than I've been wonderful. I've spent more time in one place than anywhere in the last 30 years. So that, of course, has affected me. I've just come up to the roof and gone downstairs. And that's been very inspiring, because I haven't had to deal with airports and many other things. Just my own personal depression. But it's a good question. I feel that one's practice is something which just constantly changes. And as soon as it's clear and you could explain something about it, hey presto, it's 6 months later and it's changed.
Beautiful. Yes. I think I have a nice last comment to start closing the session today. And it's Barbara Pereira saying, I saw tonight from the personal to the universal, from the microcosmos to the macrocosmos. Amazing evening. Thank you all. Thank you, Iris, Laisvie, for organizing. Bravo, big thank you for Suma, Margarita, Santiago, and Julyen. It was a great evening. See you next week.
Muy bien. La única, la Bárbara.
So we're going to wrap up for tonight's session. We stay a little bit in the call, but we're going to say goodbye to our audience. So please tune in with us again next week, 8 p.m. Amsterdam time. We have again a great lineup. We have Gemma, who's a musician, and we have quite some punk and crazy work from Help Me to Crash and Circus and Dance. So
Very
next week,
crazy circus people doing crazy stuff that we need to see.
so here we
Great.
are, 8 p.m. next week. I hope to see you there. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. And please remember to subscribe to our
Yes, please.
channel. Okay.